What's up, guys? My name is John. I coach many of the highest jumpers in the world. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about intensity and its impact on jump performance. So as you guys can see here, I actually had a brief session today and it was not good. And this is okay. This is to be expected. This is a stiff 10-foot rim. I did off the dribble and warmed up kind of lackluster. I just shot around for a little bit. Just wanted to see how I was feeling and get a little bit of a gauge for how my body has been responding to the first week of training. Now, as you guys know, last month I increased volume across each week. So, for example, I might have gone from 4x10 to 5x10 to 6x10. And moving forward into the next mesocycle, we have to see intensities go up. So this means percentages are going up. We're going to be catching cleans instead of doing pulls. I'm building in more jump technical aspects into the training, and as a result of that, I decided that I would jump today. It being the holiday, I wanted to make sure that I got some sort of jumping in because I probably won't be able to jump next week. And like I said, I was also curious on how my body was feeling. So coming in, I actually felt okay during the warm-up and things like that. I didn't think that today would be as rough as it actually turned out. The gym in this scenario, like I said, is very stiff. The rim's very stiff. You can see there's no give. The backboard's very stiff. The other guy and I that you saw shooting around were talking about it and kind of laughing about it. And the floor is like this kind of rubber composite. So it was weird. Like I didn't really feel a good jump on it, but when I was running faster, I was able to mitigate that a little bit. You'll see some lob attempts here that I almost put down, but my lobs are still a little bit off, and that paired with not jumping well, you're really going to have a tough time dunking. You can see I'm adding a lot of speed to my run up, which I like. That last attempt was actually by far my best. I lowered really well and ran really fast. So hopefully I'll be able to maintain those motor patterns on a better day. That said, why is my jumping going down? Well, because I am increasing the intensity in the weight room, I'm actually fatiguing my nervous system quite a bit, meaning it's very hard for me to recruit force very, very fast. On top of that, we're also seeing that tension, as it applies to the weight room, is going to stress your collagen fibrils pretty extensively, and what that's going to do is it's going to stiffen the tendon. Now, if your rate of force development isn't very good eccentrically, then you're probably not going to be able to use your tendons to your benefit. So paired with the fact that I'm not very fresh, my nervous system is down-regulated or depressed, along with the fact that my tendons are now stiffer, I'm going to have an even harder time with jumps. So I need to be relatively fresh to really see this kind of exponential improvement. Whenever you do finally stretch that tendon or take advantage of it, or your rate of force development is high, you're going to jump significantly higher. This does line up with my experience as a 1-foot jumper. I found that I am pretty streaky. There's days whenever I'm feeling really, really good and I'm flying. And sometimes it's related to adrenaline, confidence, having enough caffeine. As you guys saw in the last session, even being 9'8", I jumped significantly better that day than I did today. Why? I mean, the environment was bad. I'm in the second week of the cycle, and I'm fatigued. And that's okay. It is okay to be fatigued. It's okay to not jump well. Many of the highest jumpers in the world do not jump their best every single week. Many of my athletes who I coach who are in that upper echelon, they do not jump their best every week, and I expect that. Now, it is important to understand over time that you should see improvements in your jump performance either on deload weeks or after a long taper. So as you guys can see here, I am increasing the intensity in these reverse lunges. I actually got up to 185. Was struggling a little bit with the balance, but this is the heaviest I've gone since 2020 during COVID. I did actually tweak my groin a little bit on the right side during one of these reps. It was kind of random, and it's happened to me, I think, in 2020 as well. It happened when I was at 245 or something like that, 235. Might have even been 185 during a warm-up or 90 kilos or something. But yeah, I took a step back, and I remember feeling it during that time as well. I was still okay with this. I don't really care. Again, I'm going on Thanksgiving break. It's probably a very light strain. I was talking to Ben Moxness the other day, and we talked about it because Isaiah has obviously tweaked. You can see that's where I did it. Tweaked his his quad, and we were just kind of going over some of the symptoms that you can use. If it's a strain grade 3, then it's like you feel no pain and you can't move it. I feel a little bit of pain and I can move it, so that's an indicator it's a grade 1 strain, which is fine. Again, like I said, I'll probably be fine in like my adductor recovers really quick. I don't expect it to really do anything or modify my training at all. I'll probably still run tomorrow. Then I did some weighted pull-ups. I actually got up to the blue here for triples, and last month I was doing sets of 5 to 8 in that range, and I was relatively light. I think I might have even just been at body weight. Doing 6 sets of 8 was the last month of loading. Now I'm doing triples, so I'm doing 6 sets of 3, 7 sets of 3. The calf raise, I actually am now maxing out. I think the best I've done on this is a set of 10, relatively slow. So this was a set of 3, and I was getting a little lightheaded at this point because it was a couple hours into the workout, believe it or not. Threw some 35s on there and decided to try to make it a little bit heavier. They actually it actually worked, or 25s. It actually worked. It balanced fairly well, and I was able to get a set of 3 relatively heavy. Anyways, in summary, intensity is going to fatigue the nervous system. It's going to stiffen your tendons in some cases, like this one, and you're not going to jump well, and that's okay. It's the second week of loading, and if you're in a similar position to me where intensity is high and you're like, why am I not jumping well? You're fatigued. That's normal. It's okay. It's part of the long-term process. You're not really meant to be jumping your highest right now. If you are, great, but most times that's not going to be the case. And then finished up with this set of 3. That all said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've been enjoying the content Isaiah and I have been putting out, make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and go to THPStrength.com if you're interested in getting coaching. Thanks, guys, and I will see you tomorrow in the podcast. Bye-bye.